Hi, I'm Seamless, and I think this is the 11th 40k tutorial, and it was a sound that was requested by someone named JoeRysl. It was a Billain sound, or a Billain sound. I don't know how to pronounce the guy's name, and it sounds like this. And this took me an embarrassingly long time to figure out. Now, as like this is kind of like a theme with like a lot of the other 40ks I've done so far, this involves ring modulation and citrus. Except that this particular sound pretty much only exists to be, it's being ring modulated by an octave lower than what would be the lowest normal bass. Because the sound, that's your regular rate right there, but it's being done at that level. And basically the holdup was that it took me for freaking ever to figure out a way to make the modulation do the kind of thing that it does in the track. And so let's kind of disseminate what's happening. I'm going to turn all the effects off. I'll turn them all off on one by one, and I'll put them on and it's tell what they are. That's what's going on. Sounds kind of weird, doesn't it? So what's happening is that I have a kind of a high frequency sound at pitch ratio 8, although we're playing a very low note, so that's not totally unheard of. It's being ring modulated by something that's down to pitch ratio 1. It's what 1.03 because a little bit of pitch difference created kind of a warbly addition to the modulation. And then its output 1 is also being modulated by operator 3, which has kind of an odd waveform. It's at pitch ratio 4, but I also have the secondary harmonic kind of like the main harmonic. That means it's effectively a pitch ratio 8, but it has a bit of the lower harmonic in there anyway. The ring modulator is set to be even in half at a saw wave, which is giving us this, but I did a little bit of the tension change to open it up a tad bit, with the phase shifted as such to give us this result. I also have operator 5 going out, which just has some additional harmonics and a lower note at pitch ratio 2, which is a bit you can't really tell because I have the lower frequencies kind of tuned out. Luckily, this is a song that started with in this sound at this particular section of the song at 257 or 157, I forget when it was in the song, but this song is pretty much isolated. It's by itself. So I was able to tell that, okay, there's no low frequencies, and I was able to kind of just sort of look at it very intently to try to figure out what was happening. Now, the ring modulation was where I went with it, but I'm not so sure this is what Billain did, since he's sort of known for doing a lot of weird stuff with his sound design and lots of like Foley recording and that kind of stuff. And also, if you slow down the playback a lot, you start to notice interesting behavior with the sound itself that leads me to believe that wasn't necessarily a fully synthesized sound, but that's a whole lot of assumption. And honestly, it doesn't matter because this is not how I did it. That's how I did. This is what I did. So the ring modulation was a big thing that I did. Luckily, the sound itself seemed not to change a whole lot when it was repeated during the other bars in the song. So that's kind of what I did with that there. But then I put a flangus on it, flangus, to have more weird modulation into it. I distorted it, which gets us closer to the actual sound. And of course I have the EQ up. I also have a filter up on. Because again, being able to look at the sound isolated in an EQ, which is what I did when I was trying to figure out how to make the sound, it was very plain that it was using a low pass, so that was cool. And some reverb. Even though like right at that part of the song, this sound probably didn't have reverb on it, but there's other things, other ambience in the sound that makes this feel complete with reverb because I listened to it 10,000 times. But yes, that's what's up. This project will be available for download in the description of this video, along with a link to the Reddit thread that you should go to if you would like to make a request for the 40k tutorials. Also, the original song, so you can compare. If you have any questions about any of this, let me know. And as usual, have a nice day.